Okay. Let's get rolling. Get down to business. Which one's this one? Huh. Alright. Start it up though, boys. Did a nice little workout. Now we get to do some gaming. Prog our little Warbringer a bit. And then maybe do a little build update in a bit. It's kind of funny. Last night when we were doing our maps, I didn't even have the two-hander nodes spec. I still had the one-hander nodes spec. It's pretty funny. So we should have a little more damage today. But I'm also realizing that we're gonna have to maybe even spend some points to get some more fire damage somehow, or fire penetration. But we could do that here, I think. So let's do this strategy here. I do want the AoE, but I'm not gonna do it that way. We're gonna do it like this way. So we need a literal one more point of strength. Okay. Good to know. We could get that in a minute, but we could also just put a point here for right now. Anyway, what I want to do is spend my remaining points that I have for my weapon sets. We'll do like a little bit of AoE here, I think is fine for now. And then for the second weapon set, we're gonna start going for the fire pen, like this one and this one, maybe just this one, really. But I kind of like this too. This is definitely nice, but this is also good. Cooldown recovery rate is, I guess, okay for like Hammer of the Gods. This is probably easier to access just because we don't have to like travel at all, really. But we have to have one strength point in there for now, so. Okay. All right.
Have a different plan.
But we can get some levels and then be good to go. We didn't even plug a thing in there? Oh. Well, let's get one. What's up, Ron? I'm down to get some experienced ones. The map bosses grant extra experience. I don't know about that. Essences, shrines. Maybe a little breach. Would be kind of fun. Didn't I have some of these too, right? Yeah. That's a pretty good one. And we'll use that one. Keep things irradiated. Yeah, this looks like it could definitely use some irradiation up in this zone. Boom. Get a little bit more XP. Sounds good to me. Let's just go ahead and hit the augury. Get these towers all juiced up. Gotta get warmed up though. How are you level 89 so fast? Thought you started this last week. I may have, I mean, I play a fair amount of video games. I guess that's a big part of it too, huh? I play a fair amount of video games. My job is kind of OP for that. But we'll try to get like level 90 or something today. And then spend like the last little bit of the stream doing the build update. I don't know if we'll be able to get 90 in the time that we have, but like an hour. Probably we have like an hour to play. We'll see. Well, remember this guy was HCSSF. Well, maybe I don't know after you've been watching Tusk, but this guy was HCSSF up to level 83, so he didn't have access to any extra juice until just yesterday. But we did get him a couple levels yesterday. That was good. But yeah, he didn't really have any extra pumps for a little while. So just recently. But he does now. But I'm not gonna like buy him a bunch of stuff. Well, that's why we're saying SSF plus. I'm letting him raid my stash of gear that I was trying to sell, but yeah. But what I'm thinking though, that's kind of occurred to me in the gym stream, is that we can start off my characters in HCSSF to give you like a good clear picture of like leveling build viability. Like ideally you're not gonna die during leveling. And I'm not expecting you to have a bunch of good gear for leveling. One additional Jinbari and whatever, I don't even have the little thingies. And then, once we die, we can either move to normal SSF or trade and kind of just keep them leveling with kind of like reasonable budget gear. And then, once we kind of get them to the, you know, a point where we feel pretty good, but then we can start actually like getting him like the endgame bis, right? So you have various versions of the build to look at, like normal leveling, kind of low budget, mid budget, and then expensive budget, right? I think that'd be actually kind of a fun way to make these like build like character progression kind of things, right? That'd be kind of cool. And it makes sense because I can play the guys in like all kind of different versions of the game, right? Pretty fun. Makes sense to me. Should be cool. Should be good. These look like some big angry boys right here. Kind of want to see if I get some augmentation orbs and use that on the strong box first. Uh-oh. Don't kill me, please. Yeah, Tux, this guy made it to all the way to level 83 and cleared all the T10 maps, HCSSF. Pretty cool. And we could have gone further, I just didn't do mechanics right on a big one-shot boss, so whoops. But it's all good. All good. Now we get to pump and test our capabilities a little bit without having to worry about the threat of demise. Blast. Did I play on a treadmill? Yeah. I'm not always on the treadmill when I'm playing, but yes, that's what I'm doing right now. Yep. Usually I do like the first couple hours of my streams on the treadie. Just got done with our morning weightlifting session. Just kind of keeping it rolling right now, man. Kind of chilling. Definitely some half decent damage coming out with the giant's blood. Slamming. Yeah, who'da thunk it? Using the two-hander talents when using a two-hander is good. Who'da thunk it? Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't be rolling backwards against those particular kind of mobs. They throw their little chaos barrage mortar. You don't want that. This guy's annoying. He's a slammer. Dink. I missed it, apparently. I'll just throw a hammer at him. Let's throw a hammer. Call it good. Love your content so far. It's been 2 weeks. Oh, snap, son. Welcome, dude. Glad to have you. Pumping them up. Pumping them up. Yeah, we'll keep the content rolling for you, man. Glad to hear that you're digging it. It makes me very happy.
Yes, go after the...
I'm super digging playing this game. Super digging it. So more on the way of that. We can do this. 30% chance to avoid all damage is kind of annoying, but
that's all of them.
Let's try it out anyway. I do kind of want to get whatever that was in the back. Hold on a second. We're doing the whole thing over. We could kind of loop around a little bit, I think. Still get some good stuff. I just want to get all of this. If we're going for it, we may as well go for it, you know what I'm saying? Good morning. Came here after the Twitter post that I've been a follower of yours. Yeah, it's gonna piss people off. I don't know, it's just bugging me. I've been trying to not provide commentary like that as much as maybe I had a little bit. I just didn't really feel like seeing all the negativity. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's really bugging me. So sometimes you gotta say something, I guess. I don't know, maybe you don't. Maybe I need to learn to shut up. But also, a big part of it is like, what do you do in that situation? Like, what do you do in situations like this? And I think that one of the things you do is you check in with your peeps. You say, hey, you seeing this? And you're like, yeah, I'm seeing this. Oh, okay. Just making sure. Because it's like 1-to-1 to the letter, you know? So it's kind of weird. But, oh well. See how it goes, I guess, right? Everybody who's saying it's nothing, hope you're right. But, yeah. Yeah. Good morning, man. What's up? What's up? Yeah, it is what it is, though, huh? Other one in blast. Yeah, it's a weekend, so got to get up and get after it early. Got the workout done. Now we're gaming a bit. Doing our thing, bro. Doing our thing. Glad to have you guys chilling with me. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's been bugging me, just like having all these decisions be like just like malicious in intent. Like the decisions and the actions being taken are designed to harm people, and it's like, I don't like that, you know? I don't like that, and it's just getting started. Like this next round, you know, it's like wasted no time. But it's also, you know, it's been pretty obvious that this was the plan for a while. It's just kind of upsetting. So whatever. Yeah, it's definitely not good. Level 42 should be good for the second Ascension trial. I'm trying to see. So like when it gives you the access to the trial, like you probably should be able to handle it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'd think. Once it gives it to you, probably should be okay to go ahead and make an attempt, you know? Yeah, it is super depressing. And, you know, half the people are going to tell you you're an idiot, you know? And not even as nice words as that. But, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's still worth being like, hey, man, like this whole setup that we're seeing, this whole, like, process that they're following to the letter is something, like, when people say learn from history, they don't usually mean like learn from history so that you don't, like what they mean is learn from history so you don't repeat the bad stuff, not learn from history so that you can repeat the bad stuff that the bad guys did for your own personal gain. That's not what they usually mean, right? Like, I don't think so. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do when you learn from history. It's like, remember those like worst human beings ever to exist? Remember how they like manipulated and, you know, were able to do things that subjugated a nation? Yeah, don't do that. Not, yeah, do that so for your own self this time. It's not, I don't think that's what they usually mean. But, I don't know. Right, Tusk, those who refuse to learn from history are doomed to repeat it, right. But what they're doing is they're learning from history to repeat it for their own benefit, right? They're like, man, that was actually really effective. I should do that. And it's like, wait a minute. That's not what we meant by learn from history. Did Bajheera work out? Yeah. He did so many sets, lost count. Yep, that's real. It's fun though, huh? Yeah, that's not a bad duel for me. It's not a bad one at all. It's a good start. And a little bit of bleed. Cool. It's kind of, not insane rolls, but that's kind of cool. I don't know if I want to vol it quite just yet. That's a nice one, though. I think. That's a nice one. What are we talking about? Oh, just the state of it, you know? Just the state of it. But thank you, Rock Coil. Appreciate the love, man. Yeah, we don't have to get into it too heavy, but yeah. It's just bugging me, man. Just bugging me. Because, yeah, it's just like, again, like, it's the same strategies that have been employed before to do bad things are now being employed again to do bad things. And it's like, guys, come on now. You know, come on now. But, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. A lot of people seem fairly convinced that these are all good things and everything will be fine, and I hope they're right. But I'm a bit concerned. For sure. But, you know, you gotta kind of still get up and do what you gotta do for the day, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Just kind of take care of my fam, go out and about, run some errands, check in on our community, enjoy the good stuff that we've got, but do still want to, you know, pay attention, because all this kind of stuff doesn't really affect you until it does. Right? And then it's like, oh shit. That's not good. These pops right here, those pops are good though. That's nice. That's nice. Those pops are real nice. That's real nice, isn't it?
Gruesome creature.
Gruesome creature. Those pops are real nice. Oh, this guy died? Yeah, so now we're playing him in softcore. You don't, the character doesn't get deleted when they die. They just get moved to like a softcore league, right? Oh, thanks, Duncan, pumping us up, Super Saiyan 2 style. Thank you, man. Appreciate the pumps, bro. So in like a normal league, like when we get like a special, like, you know, when the game comes out for real, if your hardcore character dies in that league, it gets moved to standard, which is like no league content, just kind of like the holding room for, it's where characters go after the league is over, basically. So you won't really be able to like play it the same way, but right now we don't have a league, so the league is just standard. But what it allows me to do now is do build guides. What I'm thinking is we'll do build guides where we have like the HC SSF leveling, right? And then we'll have like, okay, so if the character eventually dies, then we take him to standard and do like a low budget endgame kind of build, but maybe not just pure solo self-found. Maybe it's like self-found gear from my other characters, right? So he gets a little bit of a boost, like heirloom gear, right? And then later what we can do is like a higher, like a mid-budget build where you start to pick out some of the, like, the build defining uniques. Like I could think for this guy, we would maybe want to get Svalin. If we would, now what I want to do is I want to try to farm Svalin, and I want to try to farm Zoph's blood, because those are like, Zoph's blood especially is like a reasonably, like a, definitely an item you can reasonably farm just from the breach boss, right? Which would be cool. But then again, like if we don't get it, then what we can do is we can like buy Svalin and buy Zoph's blood for like these like really good uniques for the build that actually are not that expensive. And then we can go like big budget guide, right? So you can kind of do like a series of like progression for the character, kind of like we did for my Titan, even though for him it was like always trade, right? So yeah, that's crazy, Van Hoek. Yeah, it's crazy. So why would we want to like make our like neighbors and partners mad at us? Like, why are we trying to be like a dick to those guys, you know? It's just really strange. Just for no reason, just be antagonistic to our neighbors. Doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's just really strange. But I don't know. Like, they can kind of do no wrong in some people's eyes, you know? It's just strange. Used to bullies? Yeah, I don't like bullies either, man. I don't like bullies either. I really don't like bullies. I'm with you. It's not antagonistic? Okay. Interesting. Alright. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. I disagree, but okay. Good to know. I could be wrong. Yeah. I could be wrong. You don't want to get away poking the bear, you don't want that side of Canada come out. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I'm not trying to like, oh, you don't want to get on my bad side. It's just like, why are we not, like, why would I like try to go to my neighbor who we have a good relationship with and be like, hey bro, you owe me a whole lot of money. It's like, what? All this stuff that we're working on together? No more Mr. Nice Guy, neighbor. It's like, what happened here? Wait, why are we... Just kind of weird, you know? It's kind of weird. Oh well. Yeah, and then we're dumping all this water that people need for their, like drought season, just dump it into the ocean, basically. It's like, what are we doing? Like, just mad at California for not voting for you or something, so you punish them, like withholding federal aid for people aren't voting for you and stuff. It's like making it like illegal in Tennessee to vote against, you know, whatever policy they want, like the president wants. It's just weird stuff, man. It's just like, I don't know, maybe I am brainwashed by the media, but it seems like a lot of weird stuff, dude. Yeah, very odd. But the peeples, we gotta keep working together, you know what I mean? There's that too. Whatever's going on, us peeps still gotta figure out how to work together. And that's important, so keep doing that. There's not a big breach pump, but we do get some more XP, which is fun. I do like that. Let's go up to the decay real quick and just knock that out and see if we can buff up this zone a little bit more. Anyway, I'm not trying to get like super into all of this morning. It's just, sometimes it bugs me enough that I gotta just, you know, say a little something. I'm just gonna leave this here and then not look at Twitter for a while, you know. The unique beast that leave a trail of fire. Yeah, I have, yeah. If I was the first time ever playing Path of Exile, what's the advice you would give me? You're doing one thing right, it's coming over to the stream and checking in and asking questions, but take your time, have fun, and get your resist and life up. That's for sure. Get those resists and life up. That's gonna help you stay alive. But you can make your own build when you first start playing, or you can look up builds to kind of give you some guidance. I have a lot of videos, a lot of content creators as well. Playing it blind with no guides is fine too. If you start to feel yourself struggling, maybe you can look up some stuff, but I think making your own build is absolutely fine. But yeah, if you find yourself dying a lot, life and resist are important, yeah. Level 63 monk has no defensives, glass cannon, yeah. Are you out of the campaign yet? Always time to build some defense when you need it, but if you don't need it yet, you know, don't build it yet, I guess, huh? You'll play Mop and it hits? I think so, yeah. I'll probably check out new WoW content whenever it drops, yeah. What is your best regret from doing a streamer build full time? A streamer build IRL? My biggest regret after becoming a streamer? Is that what you mean? I don't know. I'm not sure. Thankfully, I don't have like a long list of regrets or anything. I'm trying to figure out how to answer the question for you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really... A Path of Exile, Paladin, Path, and Life. Yeah, I think I'm definitely not sure what you're saying to me right now. I am definitely a bit confused. But I can say I definitely don't have a whole lot of regrets. There's always some things that you could have done better or differently, but nothing major, I don't think. I don't know. What was this guy? Nothing that probably would have made all that much of a difference one way or the other. Are there things that are like, yeah, it was kind of uncomfortable that happened the way it did, but it kind of needed to happen one way or the other, right? Like tweeting about vaguely political things. Probably should just not do that, but at the same time, you know, like we were talking about just now, it's like sometimes it's important to say something if you feel like you need to say something, even though it doesn't really seem like it has any kind of positive outcome, you know? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Not sure what's on your mind, you know? That's a fine example. That's relevant right at the moment. Bleed him down. So doing Fire Warbringer? I think Fire Titan is maybe more what I would do. This guy definitely still is perfect striking fools, but his build has become a little bit different than kind of how I envisioned it before. But like, I'm accomplishing the goal of having some AoE and single target and big buffed perfect strikes, but I'm doing it with war cries instead of like the combination of armor break and fire damage. So Paladin or Monk? I mean, I'm definitely a warrior player, but I'm probably more of a monk than a paladin in real life. Know what I mean? They're gonna do LFR for Dragon Soul? Oh. But they're not doing it now, huh? What's up, Johnny Six? Getting ourselves a nice little XP buff zone here. Bonk. There we go. Just getting it going, boys. Getting our day started. But yeah, I think I'm more of a monk IRL than a paladin, although I'm not really sure I'm either. But yeah. I don't think venting on Twitter is ever good. Yeah, I don't know if what I was doing was venting. But yes. Like, I was asking if I had any regrets, and it's like, I don't think I have regrets. I think there are some situations where it's like even making the right decision is uncomfortable, though, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, that could have gone differently, but it's probably still, you know, alright. But yes, I don't really vent on Twitter too much. But the one thing that Rock Coil was mentioning was just one post from like last night where it's like, guys, this is the playbook. This is the playbook of some really bad people, and we're seeing it done again to the letter. And like, it's kind of weird to see that. And it's not like, oh, this thought just occurred to me. It's been bugging me for a bit, and it has continued to bug me for the past like 10 years. So sometimes you mention it. Just check in with your peeps. That's just kind of one of the things that you do in those situations where it's like, bad things are happening. What do we do? It's like, check in with your community. Check in with your peoples. Be like, hey, we all seeing this? We all aware of this? We all keeping an eye on this? And just because of the way social media in the world works, half the people are going to be like, hey, you're an idiot. And again, they're going to say it in not even as nice of a way of that. And the other half of people will be like, yeah, you know, I think I might be seeing this. Or people might be like, nah, no big deal. You know, somewhere in between, you know, so. But yeah, it's a little, I don't know, a little weird. A little weird. This game better than D4? I think this game offers a different experience than D4 in a similar genre. This game has got a little bit more like slow burn for character development, but Diablo 4 can kind of get you in the game and have things happen kind of quick, which is fun for people who maybe don't have as much time or just want to kind of get a character up to speed and just blast, you know, a little bit more quickly. So we'll see. Link fast read of this build. So this version, not yet, but we do have like one for the earlier versions of the build, like leveling and stuff. But one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get my character to like level 90 or something like that, just kind of see how much we can do in like an hour. And then I'll spend like the last like 30-40 minutes of the stream going over the build for you, show you what we're cooking with in this new iteration. But I really like this build. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's very, very cool. Fire Titan would be sweet. It's on my list of builds that I want to try. This guy's good, though. This guy's good. He's a lot of fun. A Quill Rain. Cool. Max roll Dex. Kind of okay arrow speed roll. Neat. That could be a fun leveling build. Leveling bow maybe. Could be. Chilled ground. That's annoying, but fine. No biggie. Let's go to the bluff. Maybe grab a 14 for that or something. Or really, you could grab a 15. Literally anyone will do. I like the bluff. If I had $5, I would donate it. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate the sentiment. Just go ahead and hang out then, bro. Just chill with us for a little bit. That's great. I mean, for real, if you want to support the content, just go leave some nice thumbs ups and comments on the videos if you enjoy them, and make sure you tune into them on the regular. Interacting with the content and just being present makes a huge difference. It does. So if you enjoy it, support it, and that helps a ton. So thanks, man. That'd be swell. Let's just war cry through these fools. Bleed up the rare, hit them with it. Just blast them. Why not? Why not? Yeah, YouTube's popping off this morning. You guys are chatty. I like that. Glad to have you here. It's fun that we get to stream on both platforms. I like that a lot. We do got a nice little YouTube channel, man. It's interesting. I feel like PoE has been even better than WoW on the YouTube side of things. Very interesting to see that. Another 19 skill gem. Sick. Sick. Very cool. But I think YouTube is so algorithm based now. So it's like, I don't know what to really think about that one these days. So double stream as well. Yeah, it's kind of fun. And you may as well, right? You may as well. Take them guys just for fun. I think I will put another XP booster on this. And I might even consider going the precursor boosting thing here in a second too. Really see about jamming out these levels in this little zone we're setting up. Boom. I think one bone shatter kills the whole thing, but it's kind of fun to do the corpse explode. It's nice. How many steps do you usually get in daily? Probably about 10K. Well, there's two little areas, huh? Which one's gonna be the actual one? Looks like it's this one. I don't want to go the actual way. I don't want to go kill everything. Probably about 10K though. Yeah, what's this? Bonus zone. The chest, yeah, there's usually this little one area. Okay. I thought I'd check it out at least. Have a look. But again, if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you give the stream a nice thumbs up. Hit us with it. Videos too. It's huge. Does corrupting blood doesn't do more damage when they move, surely. I think we can put a little bleed on them though sometimes. We'd have a small chance to bleed in my gems, my jewels. Kind of funny. How's Vanguard? Good. Hanging out upstairs. It's the weekend, so it's more time with my boy today. Give Mama some time to do what she want to do, but we might run some errands together today. That's always fun. Going on a little family adventures. I do enjoy that. All right, this next node will definitely help on bosses. Let's see. Get another one of these. Get our totem guy ready to go. There you go, Toady boy. And find another. I'm just doing it, man. I'm just cranking up the XP, seeing if that feels cool. We have some breach ones, a couple of radiation ones. How many of these do I have? Okay, 10% XP is looking pretty nice as well. Rare mobs have another mod potentially. That's kind of cool. That's a good one. Yeah, we could. Oh, our first citadel on this guy. That's cool. I think this place could still use some irradiation by the looks of it. And more XP is always fun. We probably want to do Waystone drop chance now that we're going to get to that point, but that's okay. All right, we have another tower over here that we can do. Yeah, these areas are going to be getting a lot of XP. That's fun. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
All right, Doriani.
I have a different.
Let's try this now. Now that we have all these mobs everywhere. Tempted. I am a big fan of the pack size gains. I'm gonna move those out. We're gonna grab that and maybe grab this. And that might be kind of a nice balance. I really do like all the pack size modification though. There's a ton of mobs, is fun. We'll take some precursor gains too, I think. Be chill. There's just even more pack size. I just don't need this. I guess I don't need that either though, huh? We can do this one, but we're not doing explicit modifiers for each precursor tower. We're not really using that very much either, so we just reduced the pack size by a ton. To get 2 more points of somewhere. Rarity of Waystones could be kind of fun. I just want to have a lot of mobs around though. It's just fun to have a billion mobs everywhere. You know? Even if it's not that point efficient. I think I just want to have a billion mobs around. It's kind of where I'm at with it. It's just not as juicy as some of this other stuff. I mean, like, essences are kind of nice just for loot. I don't know. Yeah, no name, but we're gonna get more anyway, right? Gotta get on. Let's go. Say those knees. Walking's fine for your knees, I find. Also a fair amount of resistance training to, so knees are doing just fine. Walking's good. If I get worn out from walking, it's more in like my feet or ankles. Not my knees really ever. Thankfully. Okay. What are you doing, Miss Bean? Just chuck it there for now. This is pretty good too. The explicit modifiers is pretty good, but we don't really have. We're not really putting a lot of explicit modifiers on our stuff yet. We could start doing that though, I bet. I think we're probably strong enough now. Probably start doing that. Except the more damage is cold is kind of sketch. But everything else is kind of cool. Go hit the forge real quick, see how that feels. Send it. I do like more packs though. 6% more pack size. I think it's. This is my kind of place. Now we're talking. I think it's more like. This is 47% increase XP. That's cool. Might do that one later. Chilled ground, yuck. Some big irradiation going there.
I need more time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We don't have the hammer yet. Oh, no. Oh, no. Good thing we have all this block, though. What the heck? See that? Blocking like crazy. Until we don't, then it hurts. Until we don't. Good old block. Carrying a squad. I roll backwards to try to not be slowed, and I just roll right into another freezing field. Jeez. Explicit modifiers for tower buffs. Not sure about that one yet. Let's do pack size still. Pack size is just fun too. It's actually really good for my build because when there's a bunch of packs, we explode them. More mobs to explode. You guys can slow me if you want to. I'm just gonna bleed you to death. You might not like it. You might not like it. I think pack size just makes the maps more interesting too. I wanted to try the precursor buffs, but probably don't need it. Just let the XP buff be what it is. Do you get 10% more XP by having, you know, 18% more pack size? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, AoE is... just the AoE explosions is so juicy. I go back to it for a little bit. Plus, that way I don't have to switch my Atlas tree that much. We're just chilling. Because sometimes it's like you want to change your Atlas tree to having the more effective precursors when there's like a juicy map areas. Then when you're traveling, you want to change it back. At least that's what I was doing before, but nowadays it's like, I don't know. I can just leave it there. Might do that. Just let it be. Let it do what it do. The source of play is dodge roll is where it's at. And we dodge roll a little bit too, for sure. But you just kind of probably tank it with all the energy shield. And ain't worried about it. But the block is nice. It's nice. I don't think the little focus blocks much though. It's mostly there to give you mana and plus skills, right? Yeah, that sucks to lose something to lag. That's no good. Running it back though. Last 10 skill points going into ES. There you go. What level are you planning to hit? Because if you're planning your talent points to level 100, that's different. But if you're like planning to like level 95, that might be more reasonable. Completing a build level 100 would be hard. I got my Titan level 97 and I was like, yeah, that's probably about enough for now. But I would plan your talent points to about 95. Really starts to slow down past that. Might just be a couple extra little gravy points, you know? This guy is not gonna need... I'm not really planning for his like 95 points. Like maybe like 93, 94. That'll get him about right, I think. Yeah, we're gonna go back to pack size for sure. I like the XP, but pack size too juicy. It's too nice. Just fill up these maps with insane mobs. We could even be instilling them at some point if we wanted to. Guys, definitely kind of getting strong enough to start be taking on a little bit more powerful maps, I think. Boss damage still is going to need some work, but that's kind of usually how it always goes, right? A dual wield gemling? Yeah, so I think I'm going to probably try to do that too. And I think a really good skill for that is Molten Blast for dual wielding. Really good skill for that is Molten Blast, because Molten Blast is range, so you can kind of like keep people at bay, and it does giga AoE, and it'll work well with all the gemling like projectile stuff, which is pretty cool. So I'm with you. That's definitely on my list of builds I want to do. Only thing is I just might do it as a Titan instead of Molten Blast as Titan. But maybe I want to do an Earthquake warrior. But a gemling would be maybe a good idea for the actual fire guy that I want to do too. Oh, another thing I want to try out on this character actually is for bosses. I kind of want to use Molten Blast on my totem. I just need a quality Molten Blast, because Molten Blast can have a chance to put fire exposure on the target for me, and fire exposure would be a huge damage increase. Huge. So I'm thinking about that.
Speak.
Probably not as good for mapping, but yeah, we'll see. Chance for a double effective precursors is kind of cool though. Right. Number of monster packs or pack size? Number of monster packs might be good too. Pack size is also pretty cool though. But number of monster packs is also neat. Oh wait. I wonder what's better, number of monster packs or pack size? I wonder. Huh. Like number of monster packs is probably pretty good, right? Let's do that. For now. That seems a little bit more rare. Pack size could go up one. I would go monster packs overall. Yeah, this one. Yeah. I'm with you. This also has a chance to contain an essence. I think that's like a good 1-point wonder. I don't know if I want to take all 4 of these out. Chance for double effect is kind of insane, right? But we could take all this out and just go for all the juice here. Right? Just go for all the juice. Alright, that'll do. I kind of like the way my maps are feeling with that setup. Alrighty. I gotta quit picking those things up. I do not need those. Not really. Gold. Quantity waystones though. That's not bad. Not a bad one at all. Alright. Another map. Where are we headed? We have some more corrupted, irradiated ones down here to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Melee weakness, not a big deal. Run a couple of these real quick. Some more pack size right there. We could go clear out this failed hideout real fast. Just get this off the map. Doesn't really seem to matter that much, but yeah, let's look about pack size in one of these places. Kind of funny. It's gonna be dense. Earthquake Sunder build. That's fun. Yeah, you can chuck it up on the games tab on Discord. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Be awesome. I do kind of want to try a low like arming time earthquake build, like a HC SSF starting character. I think that idea sounds pretty fun. Do you think that you have to path all the way to the top? It is quite a few points to get all the way up there. In your opinion, after playing the build, do you think that's mandatory? Or could you get away with only the starting warrior nodes for reduced skill duration? Because it seems like a lot of travel. But if you have to do it, you have to do it. Hold on, what was a bad build? Which one? Which version? Yes, just put it on, drop it on the thingy. I'm just interested in like just using Earthquake just in general, and so like how do you use Earthquake? But yeah, the one where you path all the way to the top definitely seems like a lot of travel. Yeah, I was gonna think about playing it, but not that one. So that makes you scared. It's just a lot of mobs. We're good. We're good. We'll go to the riverside. That usually has the monkey boss, but I think we're okay for now. I think we're okay for now. We'll send it anyway. Yeah, that's way too many points of pathing, yeah. But yeah, using reduced skill duration is still cool. But there's probably other ways of getting it that don't cost like, yeah, 20 points to get there, you know? I got D&D though. Ugh. Hold up. Not trading right now, boys.
Come here.
We are just pumping. Not ATM. Hold on, you wanted to play PoE to get trophies on PS5? You're saying they don't have that yet in early access? Is that what's going on? Yeah, perhaps not, huh? Maybe they'll have them for full release, yeah? You get it from gems? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. You can still take the talents that are close to the warrior start, but other than that, yeah. I think you get it from gems. Yeah. Because I've seen increased skill effect duration on gems, so I'm like, there's probably reduced skill effect duration from gems. Probably is. Make that work. It's a little bit less SSF friendly if you have to get it from gems, but that could be like the mid-budget version, or like the even low-budget version. Like once you get the trade,
A rarity and all mine.
pick up some kind of specific things like that. So to PoE2 to watch the videos, yeah, they might help you out a little bit. Give you some good starting info. I like that idea. Like it a lot. The right idea indeed. So right now, my totem, he would be able to debuff enemies for me. Right now, I'm just kind of using him to throw down like earth shatter thingies that I can just explode, start to do some damage. Don't usually need it, but
Break.
if the enemies are not being able to be stunned very easily, we can kind of use the totem guy to just get the party started for us. Start exploding some corpses. Start blasting.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Really? Already full in inventory, are we? For blues? Hey, what's going on there? Why is the game hitching? Are we okay on stream? What the heck is going on there? Oh, because we're on Washington, D.C. server still. Let's go to California. What the heck? Why did I leave SSF? So that I could do maps. So your character's progression is tied to the like version of the game that you're playing. So since I hadn't leveled a character through SSF yet, I don't have access to maps yet. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to level a new character right now, so I'm just gonna chuck him in trade so I can play the game, you know what I mean? Ooh, that's nice. That's pretty nice. Have any cool essences? Not yet. That's not how you do it anyway. A little bit of dex. I haven't found any essences on this guy, so it wouldn't be natty. A little bit of cold res. I mean, it's going okay. Lightning res. Evasion. Spell damage. Almost. So getting dropped from HSF means you don't have access to Atlas at all. Correct, yeah. Correct. Look at YouTube chat. What's up? Yeah, put it in Discord. It'll be perfect. Thank you. Drop it in Cord. Seems like bug. Yeah, it might not be intended to be that way. It may not. It's okay. I would imagine it's not, yeah. Could have done a full HCSF to SSF migration. So that's kind of like what happened, right? It's just it just wouldn't let me do maps. I'd have to like level up a character again. And I'll probably level up a character again anyway, but I didn't really want to level right now. I wanted to keep playing this dude. I wanted to play this guy in maps and stuff, you know? So wasn't ready for that. If it's a bug, it's a bug, but you know, it's how it is right now. So is this map like completely deleted? Like, what's going on with this place? Full migration on a single character death. Should have transferred. Oh yeah, rip. I think that map is cooked. That map is toast. Okay, well, rip. Guess we'll do something else. We'll go back to it though. Hit the slick real quick, I guess. That happens sometimes, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is, but that's why we're not in SSF. Because I didn't want to level another character yet.
Enough.
Wanted to do maps on this guy. Definitely down for more SSF though, and I haven't bought anything for this character yet, so you know. Just letting him do his thing. But we did raid my my stash a bit. So had some nice items that we had for sale, had some soul cores laying around, so he definitely benefited from what we had before. But haven't bought him a Svalin or anything like that yet. Which I think Svalin and like Zoph's blood, like the amulet, those are some really good items for this guy that I probably could just farm on my own. So gonna try it out. Progress more in SSF now than trade. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Yep. Yeah, send it, man. Send it. You don't have a streamer amount of hours. Yeah, those freaking streamers. F those guys and their time. Yeah, trade is definitely a nice way to like kind of make better use of your time, like in terms of just if you've been farming, you got resources, you can turn that into gear, you know. Definitely. I need to probably have grabbed that checkpoint though. I do think SSF would be fun though. But then again, you can, you know, just have a little bit of a longer journey, right? But the currency exchange in particular is super nice to have, yeah. Definitely. And you can still sort of put that, like, that idea of not buying any gear to use to keep the game like fun and interesting for you. But having the currency exchange around definitely could be nice. That's a way to do it. You can play PoE however you want, you know? Server's messing up. I just had one instance crash. So there's that. I don't know if it's like a big issue across all servers, but yeah, I did have one of my maps just crash. Self-imposed rules? Yeah, that's kind of fun though, right? Just play the game your way and kind of have fun with your adventure. I can definitely get down with that. That's kind of how I'm thinking about, like, even creating the content now. Oh, that's cool. It's corrupted. Is like starting the character off in SSF, right? Then, you know, once we get through that, if the character eventually dies, we bring him to either SSF or standard. Let him kind of farm his own gear for a bit. For like the low budget, mid budget, and then eventually, you know, if we want to, we just buy him some of the gear that he would want for the build, and then it's like high budget after that. So you have the... What? You have the guide in all these different stages of the character's progression. It's kind of cool, right? SSF had stricter... there's no drop differences. You just don't trade or party with other people. That's all. Yeah, we were on the Washington server because somebody was like, yo, switch servers, that might help the issue that we were having where it wouldn't let me, like, have my map progression or something is what it was, right? But no, we want to be on the Cali servers, that's where we are, so. Can't trade exchange, yeah, there's no, like, drop bonuses. Last Epoch is a game that does that a little bit differently, though. Is if you play on the non-merchants guild version, with the merchants guild is like player trading guild, you can play like this solo guild, and then you'll have like these little like bounties to go do, like go kill this boss, and upon killing this boss it gives you like a bunch of unique rings or something, right? So you can kind of like sort of target farm stuff. I like the way Last Epoch did a lot of stuff. I'm excited for the new Last Epoch season. It's not until April, but I'll mark it on my calendar. And hopefully, you know, depending on what's going on in April, we can check it out. It'll be cool, though. But no, SSF is just, your character is just kind of... Well, I mean, you have, like, all of your characters, like, that are in SSF are just kind of on their own little thing. Just no trading. No, you know, content with other people. Just solo, self-found. Yep. On your own, with all your own found gear, right? I haven't done my 4th trial yet on this guy. Not yet, just been enjoying mapping. Once mapping, like, XP slows down a little bit, like once we get in, like, the, you know, low 90s, I'll probably go do it. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet for it, but, that's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of timing of it. I don't know what I'll do. Eventually the block thing would be cool. I just don't need it right now. So maybe I'll just do armor break. Or I could do the totem one. I do use a totem occasionally. I could bring out some ancestral spirits when I summon my ancestral warrior totem, you know? Could be kind of funny. But I'll probably just go for the armor break on all hits. Rock that for a little bit. So that my perfect strikes and stuff can break armor. Call it good. Yeah, buffing up your defense has helped a lot, yeah. That's the fun thing about SSF is you gotta go like farm all of your own relics and stuff. It makes it a lot more rewarding, I think. I'm cool with trade, but I do think that the game feels a little bit better when you have to like, it's like exciting to like farm your own stuff, right? But I think the like the currency exchange is definitely nice, but even then it's like tempting to just like, I don't really feel like running the chaos trials, just buy some soul cores, you know? Like, Nothing wrong with doing that. It's just like if you wanted to do SSF, like that's not. Yeah. Yeah, just a couple runs to get some relics. Yeah. This guy started on HC SSF, right? So we did a little bit of that. It's cool. It's nice. Like running them on Monk compared to Warrior. Yeah, I think any class that like is just sort of like fast probably is nice. Or has like evasion. I can see that being good too, because you just like attacks just kind of have a chance to just miss you, and then you don't lose honor for it, right? Is that seems like kind of would be nice, right? On Monday they will bring me a walking treadmill, motivate you ready. Oh, nice, man. We just gotta motivate you to sub to the stream now, man. That's the dream. That's the dream. That's awesome though, dude. That's awesome. Wait, what happened, Tupac? What the heck? And yeah, the D4 thing, it just kind of depends on what you're looking for out of the game. That's cool. I do think this game is awesome. But some people will prefer the pace of D4, and that's absolutely fine. Some people will, some people will. Let's see, what was I putting points in? So, it's weird. I'm thinking that if we wanted to, though, we would need to get Molten Blast and level it up, right? Because this chance to inflict fire exposure is insane for bosses. It's insane. Be back real quick, though. It's kind of wild. This is what I'm thinking, though. Let me put it on there. What minimum ingenuity build should I go for? 70. I mean, what was mine? 75. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you want to get a cruddy one of those. I kind of want to try this.
On impact.
It means solo self-found. But it's SSF plus because we're in trade. But we're kind of still playing solo self-found. Just sort of self-imposed. Because that's what I wanted to do in this character, but it just became not really an option because of the way the characters progress is saved between leagues. So, just a little bit weird, but we'll figure it out. Oh, I see. I see, okay, whatever. Do we want to try this out? It's Molten Blast. Definitely a bit tempted. Which is the one that makes the Molten Blast split? Is there such a thing? Let me just look at this real quick. It may tell me. Is there such a thing? I guess not, huh? Not really. How many sets I do for the SEPs? Quite a few. I don't actually know. Alright, well, I'm just gonna let the totem cast it then. And then, we just won't use upheaval. We'll use Molten Blast with Fauna Rage, Ancestral Urgency. I'm probably even gonna do multiple totems. They just won't be down for very long. Which is okay, I guess. I guess I'm like a boss. I guess it's not that big of a deal though, huh? But what's weird is I have to quality the thing in order for it to work. Does it have a chance to apply exposure on its own? Not unless you quality it, huh? Well, I guess I better quality it. Scattershot I think only works on spells, right? Maybe. Let me see. There's one of them. No, that is what we want. Yeah, thank you. That is what we want. Precisely. Thank you. All right, we are going to... This is weird, but we're going to quality this gem. Did it let me do it? Because I want to get the fire exposure chance on there. This HC trade? No. No, he died in SSF, and then we're going to play him normal SSF, but the progress didn't carry over, so we're just playing him in softcore trade right now. Alrighty. This is gonna be a little bit weird, but I wanted to do this for bosses in particular. But it'll be fine on maps as well, surely. Surely. The slick is also not complete? Dude. My maps are bugging, bro. Maps be bugging. What the heck, dude? That one kind of like crashed and this one's not completing. Oh man. Oh man. Let's see if that works. Definitely not gonna do very much damage, but could be useful on bosses, right? That's the main thing I'm looking for, is for him to just kind of use the debuff, the fire exposure debuff on bosses for me. Maybe eventually I'll use overabundance, but that's fine for now. Ran Molten Blast with Fork to split the fire. Okay, interesting. Like once it hit the target,
Yes.
it would fork.
Thank you.
Interesting. There it goes. Okay. There it goes. Yeah, we don't have any other way to buff this one. All right, we'll do it then. Increase pack size. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll put that on there for now. Fasted cardio. I'm just doing some walking in the beginning of my stream like usual, but yeah, technically I guess. Woke up, worked out, and the tready afterwards. Technically. I'm not like really trying to use the totem a ton just in my normal battles, but I mean like it's fine to have it here. I think for my build it's probably better to use Earth Shatter totem most of the time. But this is fine, I guess. The main thing is I just wanted to put fire exposure on the bosses, but it's a little worse for mapping, I think. But I can always just have both gems in my bag, right? Just pop on the Molten Blast for bosses, Earth Shatter for maps. Makes sense, right? A Delirious Breach! This guy's crazy! I'm crazy, actually. Dying. Keep putting bleeds out. Should be alright, right? Surely. Get my toady out, too, just for fun. That's the delirium timer up top. I shouldn't have walked this way if we wanted more delirium, but it's all good. It's working, it's working. Get him, totem. Pumping. Did your first breach almost... Computer almost bit the dust, huh? Well, if you guys are in the market for a new PC, get that Origin PC going for yourself. It'll serve you well, but yeah, I understand breaches they can be a lot. Thankfully, we're doing pretty good on the breaches still. The totem is, yeah, definitely not what I want like most of the time, but right now fire exposure from that, I think is worth the investment until we get ourselves a Zoph's blood. I think it's fine for now. I think it would probably be better with like 2 totems casting that thing at the same time. But 2 totems casting Earth Shatter are also good, so I don't know. Take us some splinters though, because we're kind of slowly farming up a Zoph or a Zesht run. Getting there, because that'll be cool. We'll just do the Zesht one on this guy. His single target damage needs some work. We'll get there though, huh? We'll get there. New to the game, found the YouTube channel? That's awesome, man. Welcome. So I have some of my builds on Mobalytics. I do like to look up builds on YouTube and stuff, but then the written guides can be very helpful for like quick at-a-glance stuff. And I'll try to get this one up on there for you too. I wanted to get to level 90 before we did that. So this map might do it. And maybe we can do a quick run through of the build. Show you what we're cooking with. But yeah, this map should get us level 90. There's lots of content in here, so should be good. Might not want to skip too many of these rituals. Yeah, the Molten Blast definitely like not the biggest damage ability for my totem, but the fire exposure is mostly a boss thing. So again, I might just grab Earth Shatter and chuck that in for maps, and then once we fight a boss, we'll do Molten Blast. I wonder what's better for applying the debuff. Like more like splits of the actual Molten Blast attack, or if it's just more totems casting it, you know? Poison's hurting me. I wonder. Bleeding me up too. Isn't that fun when you can just do that? Just pop these fools. Isn't that nice? That's real nice. Use POB, not much. Probably be a fine thing to start getting the habit of using that more to like min-max your build out, but I'd probably use it more if you could just import your whole character instead of having to copy paste every single item, but yeah. Well, let's just use it as like a talent calculator. That tornado plopped some poison on me, what the heck? You guys want to surround me, huh? Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, what all does this one have in it? Delirious, Breach, Ritual, Corrupted. Okay. What else? Delirious, Breach, Ritual. I thought there was one more thing. Oh. Not a boss. We had like 5 things. We'll see. Forking the road between Starforge and Origin. Well, my recommendation is Origin. They've taken care of me and my community for many, many years now. Fantastic support, 24/7. So that'd be my recommendation. Can't, you know, can't really attest for the quality of any other stuff, but you know, give it a go. But yeah, I feel you, bro. Those are two of the ones that you may see content creators supporting, but yeah, Origin's been fantastic. Oh boy. What to say? I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but Origin also has access to all the new graphics card stuff too, which is pretty sweet. What do I have to see in the new coming update? A happy community. That's the most important thing. But yeah, they'll probably bring out some new classes, some new weapons maybe. I'm not sure if we'll see new like endgame content to pursue, but that'd be pretty dang cool too, wouldn't it? Some new stuff to grind. That'd be awfully fun. We'll see, we'll see. I just want the community to be happy. Happy community is always a good thing. It's hard to do though, hard to do. That is the best though. This guy's hurting me. Not anymore. Not anymore. Do I build video for this one up? I don't. I was trying to get to level 90 real quick before we recorded it, but you know, this can be like the front end of it. Us doing this. I can go over it real quick. After this map. How about that? I wanted one more point that was kind of important to me. Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do with this next update. I mean, I'm not real fussy either. Like, if they just want to do like an economy reset and like some other stuff, I don't know. That's cool with me, but I think they're working hard and stressing out for sure. This map isn't gonna be able to show a boss, but against bosses, you're pretty much just perfect striking them, lighting them up. This does show the corpse explosion capabilities, though, right? Of this particular piece of content right here. That's pretty nice, huh? That is pretty juicy. Map complete, apparently. We do a little re-roller on this one. See what we can get with one more re-roller. Oof, even worse. Alright, whatever. Could have snagged an Exalt, but Oh, this looks that good to me. Okay. Let's see. Any more mobs around here? Do I have any level 100s? No, sir. No. Level 100s be like months of grind for me. Yeah. Your Warcry build doesn't feel quite right. Okay, we'll take a look at it here in a second. What this map right here could be is the front end of the build update. Sometimes people like to start with the guide first, which I think that's fine. But then sometimes people will be mad if I don't show gameplay at the end. It's like, bro, on a schedule here.
Come here.
Come here. The build is really, really fun though. Pretty snappy. Like one of the things I've heard is that, you know, warriors feel really slow. Don't really, which means that, like, all their abilities are like a wind up or whatever. But it's really fun to have like an ability that you can press that goes off quickly, that does something, you know, whether it's putting a bleed on the enemy or exploding them once you have some corpses rolling. Pretty crazy. And the Earth Shatter Totem, I think, again, is better for maps. But, oh yeah, there's a exhibition here too. I do think that a qualitied up Magma Blast guy for bosses would be really good though, because it'll apply the fire exposure for you, which just like reduces their LE res a bit. I think later on you probably would even want to go for like flammability curse, which would be pretty nuts for your perfect strike damage, which is mostly what you're doing on bosses anyway. But right now we can just rock the totem. I think is cool. I think totem's kind of nice in general, but you would have to give something up for flammability curse. And honestly, it could be the freaking Hammer of the Gods. Like, Hammer of the Gods does a lot of damage, but your perfect strike is gonna deal about that much damage anyway, right? So you may not honestly even need Hammer of the Gods. Actually, don't need that. You don't need them to have health missing. Who cares? Who cares? We'll reduce that health ourselves just fine. All right, let's blow this up, and then we'll go talk about the build. Ow.
Aid me.
So I like Hammer of the Gods, but I kind of feel like for this build, you probably won't even need it eventually. And you can just go do Flammability Curse. Hammer is awfully nice for maps, though, when there's, like, really annoying rares or whatever. But I think I could probably drop that for Flammability eventually, for sure. I like Perfect Strike anyway for bosses. It feels fun to wind it up and let it rip. You just gotta be careful. It can get you in trouble. Gotta be ready to roll dodge out of that thing. But yeah, setting it up and letting it rip is pretty fun, actually. Grab all this stuff. Alright, cool. Good map, good map. Let's go back to town and we'll talk this thing. Just ordered a new PC. So stoked. Oh, nice. Did you get it from Origin PC? Hope so. Hope so. Alright. Let's have a look, shall we? One thing I may do, though, real quick, is instead of having this be only part of my single target build, I just want to have it be part of my build in general. And then I will put my weapon set 2 skill here, and then I don't think we can put it there. So we only really need weapon set 2 doing the fire pen. I kind of want this all the time. I just don't need this all the time. And then for weapon set 1, we don't really have anything else, do we? Yeah. We haven't done the AoE. That's fine for now. That will do. We have another weapon set 2 that we have? No, we don't. Okay. That's chill. That's chill. Okay. So this one isn't as exciting as of a point. For like the 1 point wonder for weapon set 1, but I want this for mapping too. Like that's just a lot of damage. So, okay, cool. So, you guys saw the map. So you saw some gameplay. That right there is my current Warbringer build. I'd love to talk about it more, but we only have a little bit of time, so we better just hustle up and show you what we're cooking with in terms of our actual setup for our talents and stuff. So this guy has been a whole lot of fun to play. If you guys want to see his progression, it started off at SSF. Then we got him all the way to level 83 and cleared all the T10 maps. We didn't do the mechanics quite right on Lachlan, so he one-shotted us. My bad. But the leveling build was solid. Once we got to maps and a little bit into maps, we started doing the Warcry setup so we could have a little bit more AoE, a little bit more single target combo, which is pretty sweet. If you have a shield that doesn't have any block on it, you can take Renly's training. If you have a shield that does have block on it, I'm just going to go ahead and take Jade Heritage right now, which gives us like just walking around with dang near 90% physical damage reduction, which is pretty sweet. I don't really use the active on it, but I do like the stacking little Jade, which gives you additional physical damage reduction of 10 stacks, which is cool. So in terms of the actual talents, once we got knocked out of hardcore, we came to what is now standard. I wanted to do SSF, but SSF doesn't carry your progression over to SSF, so each little, whether it's standard, trade, HC trade, I would imagine, SSF, HC, SSF, all those individual distinctions have their own, like, progression. So my character wasn't able to do maps in SSF, so I brought him to trade, which was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to trade for items right now, but I did raid my stash a little bit of the gear that I had for sale and some old stuff, so this guy was able to make some considerable gains. So he had enough strength to swap from the one-hander, which was fine, and I liked the attack speed of one-hander a lot, to two-hander now with Giant's Blood. So he does a little bit more damage, just a little bit slower. But anyway, here's what we're cooking with right now. Going over the top for strength, I'm using my single target spec is just doing more fire, penetrating fire resistance, and doing a little bit more fire damage. Although I may swap, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm gonna take 12% fire damage out. I'm not sure if this is better, and then just gonna penetrate some fire resistance with this instead. And we can come down here with this, which would be cool too. Anyway, I'm gonna grab the fire damage, we're gonna grab the fire pen, and we're gonna grab the fire damage fire pen and ignite magnitude. Came down here for some strength, melee damage, getting the armor from equipped body armor to come down here to get more strength and regen and armor. And then grabbing 2 points in block. I didn't really go for block until later on, but that's what I'm doing right now. This is level 90 update. So, and then we go down here for all this. And sorry, we're not gonna do like a bunch of Q&A just quite yet. I'd love to have you guys in the stream and chat it up, but we're just gonna knock out a quick little build update real quick. But we go down here, and for my mapping build, I add the shockwaves in. For the not mapping build, I don't. But for both builds, I grab the extra damage, because that's just nice to have more dam. Go up here for Warcry recovery cooldown rate. Doesn't do anything for me because our Warcries have no cooldowns. But we do want the empowered attacks deal more damage, and primarily want the Warcry skills have more AoE, and empowered skills is cool too. That's really nice, just for more AoE on our Warcries, for the bigger AoE to, you know, debuff and explode stuff. Although the explode stuff is only really in your presence anyway, but it's still nice to have the Warcry hit a wider AoE. Then we'll come over here, or you could just go down, doesn't matter, either one, to grab the block with life gain on block. I really didn't find I needed block until much later on, right? That wasn't an issue for a while, but now that we're here, we are grabbing that. I'm also grabbing a little bit of strength in the radius, just to make sure we have enough strength to equip all of our stuff for Giant's Blood. And then I'm grabbing a little bit of armor with 15 strength on the tree, just more strength is super nice. We can go up here real quick. So up here, we are going for the strength into stun threshold, max life stuff. Going up here for the jewels. On my jewels right now, they're kind of random, but I'll show you what this one is. Corrupted fire resistance, stun buildup, totem damage. The main thing is I want the Warcry speed and global fizz. The global fizz is my corrupted blood dot, and the Warcry speed is Warcry speed for lots of those. From a mapping build, we are going into the increased AoE and stun buildup and attack damage for AoE stuff. I'm actually going over here for a little bit of lightning res and cold res and max all res, which is pretty sweet. Grabbing a jewel socket with some fire damage, more Warcry speed. Magnitude of bleed doesn't really matter. Rage when hit is kind of whatever. Again, these are kind of mostly solo self-found jewels, so just more stats is cool. And more relatively good stuff is cool for like 1 point. It's pretty nice. Blood magic, we have no more mana. Don't have to worry about mana. Just use my life for casting skills. I like that. We did take out all of this stuff. And even for a brief time, we were down into here for more physical damage and more armor break, which is great with this. Scaling your armor break is sweet, and then the physical damage buffs all of your physical damage and your bleed, which is cool. And we were even doing the shield nodes where you get increased damage for 1% chance to block, which is great. I may anoint for this later. Right now I just have block chance anointed. Really cheap block chance like this one. Flashy deflections over here somewhere. Pretty inexpensive though. There is flashy deflection. Usually I can find it instantly. Regardless, it just gives you like defenses on shield and like block chance. Not real crazy. Do I actually need to search for it? I'll show it to you. That's right here. Right, looking right at me. But yeah, that's what I have anointed right now. It's very inexpensive. Greed, guilt, greed. But anyway, where were we? I still take this, but yeah, we unspec'd out of all this to do stuff even lower down. I'll show you in a second. We have physical damage, which is just good for the damage that we deal, and attack speed, which is cool. And again, any sort of like physical damage, just generic damage will buff your bleed, which is cool. For this, we are grabbing some Warcry speed, Warcry AoE. We'd take another Warcry speed to go into this. Warcry or cooldown recovery rate is kind of a wasted point, but 8% increased damage for each time you've Warcried recently is not a wasted point. If you look at the damage on this kind of stuff, it starts to ramp. Starts to ramp quite a bit. Gives you like 30% damage. Right? It goes up quick. 30% more damage from all the damage increase. So recently means 4 seconds, and we Warcry quite a bit in over 4 seconds if we wanted to. I am spending another extra point to get another jewel socket. The strength on the jewel corrupt is cool. Warcry speed is sweet. Defenses from shield, knockback distance is kind of whatever. Chance to bleed is kind of whatever, but I just more Warcry speed, man. Just send it. Why not? See how it goes. We do have a lot of jewel sockets, so going down now, we go into here for a little bit of a reduced attack speed, which stinks. I think that this should just give you an increased attack speed. All this reduced bull on the warrior side of the tree, we don't need that. All these should be 1% increased attack speed. 5% increased attack speed here too. Just send it. And big damn. But that's what it is for now. Then we go over here for more Warcry stuff. Damage with Warcries. Scales your bleed, actually. Increased AoE again. Just more damage with Warcries. For some reason, damage with Warcry still scales the bleed that you have socketed, which is pretty cool. Then we have Empowered Attack, still increased damage. We don't have any cooldowns on our shouts, so we don't need that talent. Now we're going down into another Jewel Socket for Global Fizz, buffs the bleed. Totem placement, we actually do use totem, so it's whatever. Warcry speed and damage with Warcry is pretty cool jewel. Now we're going for the strength, reduced mana stuff. We don't use mana, we don't care. We love the strength, and we get more damage for 15 strength, which is sweet because that, again, is just random, just generic damage. It increases our bleed. Again, bleed isn't like a huge part of my damage, but it's kind of nice. Especially when you saw we were doing those rituals, just standing there just shouting a million times a second. Then we have Giant's Blood because we do have enough strength to equip a two-hander in our one-hander, so we went ahead and did that. Pretty sweet. Grabbing a couple little bit of max resist here, and then we also have the extra max fire resist for each 40 uncapped res to kind of keep my resistances looking okay. Looking okay for now. 79 and then 81. Looking all right. We have Warcry speed. We are kind of wasting the cooldown recovery rate here, but we get Warcry speed into recover 2% of life and mana when you Warcry. So eventually, I will have enough health where the Warcry actually heals me, but we're not quite there yet. Once 2% of my life, you know, outpaces the cost of the Warcry, that's actually a health up situation, which is cool. We have block chance, Warcry speed, rage on hit on this jewel, which is pretty sweet. we're coming here. So for my single target spec, we have fire damage increase, damage penetrates 15% res, and increased duration of ailments like ignite. And then we have just more resistance pen. The next level will probably be, we don't need the ignite chance really. It makes my hammer have a chance to ignite, which is kind of nuts for when I use hammer. But it does increase damage with hits against burning enemies. So again, we used that before. Boom, perfect strike, guaranteed chance to ignite. Boom, the next perfect strike hits for 30% increased damage. Makes sense. So my mapping build, I'm taking increased area of effect. As I go, I will probably take more increased area of effect, and then do it again, and then we'll take this one for my mapping build. And then we have a jewel socket with dex. Stun build up, block chance is the main thing I'm interested in. Bleeding is kind of whatever, I just wanted the block chance jewel. And the dex is nice too. Then we go into polymathy. So, like I was saying, when we were up here, I was like, okay, this is cool. But I wonder what happens now that we have all this strength if we go down into polymathy. Because if we can have enough strength to equip the two-hander with Giant's Blood, I will. So, we actually did end up having enough strength to equip the hammer just by a little bit. We need 522, we have 530 now, which is cool. Polymathy helps us do that. Now, I took Iron Reflexes. I'm wearing a couple pieces of evasion gear. It doesn't give me that much, but it does give me like 4% armor. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because my character is bugged. I did Trial of Sekimas, and I got the curse where it removes all of your evasion. And then it just removed all of my evasion outside of the map as well. Like, I have evasion on my character, but it gives me 0% chance to evade. So I'm just using a point to give me something out of this evasion that I have, and it's actually an estimated 4% physical damage reduction, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Kind of awkward, but it is what it is. That's not the way my talents are set up right now. My future points are probably going to go towards AoE, I'm thinking. So like 91, 92, 93, we'll do the AoE, and then, I don't know. We'll see what else we want to do. Maybe at some point I'm going to need more defense, or maybe we get more jewel sockets for like 90, 94, 95. If we get to 95 or something like that, you know, we'll see. Or it could be, you know, 94, 95 if we want to do that instead of strength. So we'll see. Things might change, but that's where the build's going right now in terms of talent tree. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. My skills, to quickly go over them, I don't really use Mace Strike. I just having it holding jewels for me, although we do have a 6th or a 5th slot now, which is cool because we leveled up. Bone Shatter, I have Impact Shockwave, Devastate, AoE, and Armor Explosion, which is pretty fun. Hammer of the Gods, we have Fist of War, we have Heft, I have Heavy Swing, and I may eventually, like, not use Hammer of the Gods instead of Flammability, but if I was going to put more stuff on Hammer of the Gods, I'd probably put, like, maybe some Ignite Duration or something like that, or even, I could even do, like, damage against ignited targets. This can't ignite, that, we have options, but the main thing we're doing with Hammer of the Gods is just big chunking ability. It does about 92, 93k on a good hit, but Perfect Strike does about 81k, so it's with the guaranteed ignite, so it's, or no, not the guaranteed ignite, that the ignite I think is added on in terms of average damage per hit. But anyway, Perfect Strike hits pretty freaking hard too, and I think that just buffing the damage with Perfect Strike with this skill slot would probably be more worth it. But anyway, we're using Hammer of the Gods right now. It is nice to snipe rares and maps when they're like temporal bubble around them and all this other stuff. It's just kind of annoying. So anyway, Leap Slam, I have it maiming enemies still with Martial Tempo and Holy Descent, so it goes off fast, makes a nice little healing circle for you. Perfect Strike, we did find ourselves a perfect Jeweler's Orb, so we chucked it on the Perfect Strike, of course. Window of Opportunity, smaller area, bigger dam. This one's shorter timing window, more dam. This one's more fire damage, less other damage. This consumes rage to deal more damage on a big hit, and this just more weapon elemental damage. Another thing you could do is put the longer ignite duration on this thing, because it will always ignite, so less chance to ignite doesn't matter. Just a longer ignite duration, just more damage, so that would be fine too. I just right now have it just hitting harder. Just a bigger pop, and that's fine. Seismic Cry, we have this making a bleed. This is Perfect Strike, by the way. This is making a bleed that does more bleeding damage. It does more bleeding damage over a shorter period of time, and it also has more stun buildup, because it actually does have a small amount of stun buildup, and you can use it to prime people for Bone Shatter, which is really fun. Another thing I could do here is I could make it cost less. And I could also make it pin, so instead of stunning enemies, it could just root them and they get stuck and I can just shout at them and bleed them down, which is kind of cool. Some neat options there, either for this particular gem or even for the perfect one if we got that. Infernal Cry. Skills empowered by supported skills deal more damage. So what Infernal Cry is doing is making your ability do a whole bunch of extra fire damage anyway, like a ton more. And then you can make it hit even harder. It'll give you rage when you're shouting at a boss. Sit here, do this. It'll give you a bunch of rage and it'll consume a bunch of rage with Enraged Warcry. And then you're just gonna get just the biggest perfect strike of all time. Just crush somebody. Right now I'm using Ancestral Warrior Totem. Like we were talking about in the map, I think most of the time I would rather use Earth Shatter on this guy. And Earth Shatter would be with, where's Earth Shatter? It would be Earth Shatter with Upheaval most of the time. Let's just chuck this in my stash real quick. Earth Shatter with Upheaval most of the time to just map. He'll throw down a bunch of little spikes and you detonate the spikes with your shouts. This kind of helps like kill an enemy and then you can start the explosion chain. But no matter what, I would use Font of Rage and Ancestral Urgency right now. Ancestral Urgency just lets your totem get casted way faster. It just feels a lot snappier to chuck your totem down real quick and let him go to work. Then for my buffs, I'm using Scavenge Plating with Persistence that makes the buff last longer. We have Cannibalism so that when I kill something, it heals me. We have Herbalism so that I get to have a more powerful flask. Time of Need gives me a heal and removes elemental ailments. I have that going off more quickly with Fast Forward. And give me Precision for really just plenty of accuracy. So we're doing good there. My gear right now, we can take a quick look at the gear. So my weapon is an old weapon I used to use on my other warrior. Very nice, big heavy hitter. No plus skills, but it does have a bunch of physical damage and attack speed, a little bit of life leech. Could be better, but it's definitely not bad. Helmet gives life, strength, cold res, with a bunch of rarity too. These are some nice items. We rated my stash pretty good. Didn't buy anything for this guy yet, but we do have some nice stuff. So I think the idea is to go HCSSF viable into like reasonable budget, into like mid budget, and then eventually we'll do like a high budget. I think this is like definitely somewhere between like low and mid budget still, but some of these items are a couple divines, so keep that in mind. But nothing insane right now. At least there are a couple divines when I got them. I know things are inflating, but for armor you want like res, life, strength, basically on like everything. So res, life, strength. This is the kind of thing we just picked this up off the ground, so this is still like very SSF, right? Very good stuff. So res, life, strength. We got res, life, strength. Boots do not have life, but they have res, strength, and 35% movement speed. Life would be nice instead of the armor and evasion. Definitely instead of the stun threshold armor and evasion, should have some life there. That'd be great. Shield is res, life, strength. This one has block chance, which is fine, but you don't need block chance on a Warbringer shield. You just use your Ascendancy, especially if you want to use the AoE block Ascendancy. But this has extra physical damage reduction as well, which is pretty dang cool. This could have like life, strength, res, and then it could have, instead of block, just more armor. Like armor life hybrid would be cool. That would be fine. For my rings, again, we want like res, life, strength plus something useful, like rarity is great. This one we have res, life, strength, then rarity. For gloves are kind of interesting. Gloves, res, life, strength is fine, but you can do like attack speed and melee skills, which is insane, right? You could still get like attack speed, melee skills, and strength, but we have rarity on this one for now. Just kind of an insane pair of gloves that we had, so we're using them. I think that's covers it. Oh yeah, my amulet's terrible. It has like increased max life instead of like plus life, but it has like, and then no strength, but res, life, strength would be great on an amulet too, but you can do other cool stuff. What I'm gonna do on this amulet eventually is I want to see if we can farm Zoff and get, or Zesht and get Zoff's blood, and then the dream shield would be Svalin off the expedition boss. So we're gonna do some normal farming and see if we can get those items on our own. But then like the giga budget version would be like, yeah, but you're just gonna go ahead and buy those. But that's not even that expensive probably. It's just having you're just buying gear instead of getting it yourself, which is fine. But I'm gonna see kind of like pseudo SSF, SSF plus on this guy. Flask, this is interesting. I think it's okay to use a bunch of life recovered. It says removes life recovered from mana when used. We don't have mana, so I'm not sure if it's just not removing any life or any mana, or if it's actually draining my life to heal me. I'm not sure which one that is. Although I strongly prefer the one where you get a percentage of the healing done instantly, not all of it, but a percentage of it done instantly. I like those a lot. And then I'm still using a Chaos Charm because we don't have full Chaos res yet. But we'll work on that. I know this is like a quick run through this build, but hopefully we have the gameplay into the build update that can give you guys a look at where this build is at right now. So far, it's really fun to play. I really enjoy it a lot. People ask me which one I enjoy more, this one or Titan. I don't know, I played a lot of Titan, so I still like Titan a lot, but this one is definitely a blast. So if you're looking for like a Warbringer build that has some kind of interesting stuff, if you like using Perfect Strike, like using a shield, this is a pretty dang cool guy. Scaling him is going to be interesting. I think that we're still kind of in that like between like low budget, maybe mid budget status. I think a lot of this gear is definitely viable to have gotten SSF. The weapon is maybe the thing that's most insane. But everything else is like definitely for sure. This is just be hard to get SSF, but not impossible. Everything is possible SSF. You just gotta grind it out. But yeah, this is definitely like scaling the build a little bit, but it's going good. We're level 90. I'm having a blast. We died one time that we had knocked out a hardcore. Then I think we died like twice more, just like trolling. One time my cat jumped on my keyboard basically, and other time we just got one-shotted by the Savannah boss. But all in all, the build's going great, still popping off. Excited to continue progressing it, but we got a jet. We're out of here. It's the weekend, so we got to do a nice little morning games, nice little morning games, and we'll post this video for you guys, and we'll see y'all tonight. Thanks for watching, dudes. Peace.